Hey there, YouTube. Arab Carthage here. Finally, man. It's only been 3 days, but I think some of you probably are acting like and feeling like it's been a lot longer than that. But yeah, I'm back to bring you some Shogun 2 Total War. And just so some of you know what's going on, I was basically just really busy at work the last few days. I was working some 14, 15-hour days, and I don't get paid by the hour. I get paid salary, and so I have to work till the job's done, pretty much no matter what time of day it is. And I had several days where as soon as I did get home from work, I pretty much fell asleep because I was exhausted. And I was going into work sometimes as early as 5 in the morning, and that means I was getting up at around 4. So yeah, I was tired, and man, I'm glad it's the weekend. And this weekend, Air is going to show his age by letting you know that I will be gone tomorrow because I'm going to my 10-year high school reunion. So, woo! Back to Henrietta, Oklahoma I go in order to attend my 10-year reunion. So yeah, I don't really like the fact that I'm getting old. But as you can see, that despite the fact that I'm getting old, I obviously haven't grown up because I still play video games and I put them on YouTube. But hey, I guess I'm a child at heart. Any case, some of you wanted to see Patchy, his armor details and stuff like that. I mean, I can show you what armor he's got on here. I'll let you pause it and look at the different things that are going on. I changed his armor from the monk get-up back into some of Kenshin's armor because I think it's pretty cool. I love the helmet and a few of the other things that he has that were supposed to be belonging to Isagi Kenshin. If we go back here, check OK on Patchy. Some of you want to see the skills tree. Here's the current skills tree I'm using. I was using the bow for a while, but kind of decided that I think the melee would be better, and then I gave him 1 melee defense. He is a legendary leader with the extra 4 points that are in the melee combat tree, and this gives him actually a pretty devastating attack, and his defense, though, isn't near as good, and of course he doesn't have these extra morale or armor or anything like that that a melee general is going to have, but he should have the same attack stats as a melee general at least, so it'll help him maybe fend off attacks. He won't be able to last as long in that fight though, or have the extended bodyguard of 36. So in any case, that's how you can do the tree, and if you ever want to reset your tree, you have to click right here, and the clan tokens you get from having joined a clan on Shogun 2, not necessarily just like a clan on Steam, you have to join one of the Shogun 2 clans. And you can do that by going to the clan page here, and if you haven't signed up for a clan, it'll have the option over here. And if you want to sign up for one, but you don't really want to join a clan or like a competitive clan, then feel free to join the Heir of Carthage fans. You can see here we have a large number of members, and it is open to anyone of any skill level, and that's just to help you get clan tokens. And the way you get clan tokens is from winning battles in matchmaking. So which you go right here for a match-made battle, which is probably what we're going to do tonight. Let's see how the clan's doing. The Heir of Carthage fans. I'm not sure how we did during the last season, but we were doing quite well. Looks like this Total War Shogun 2 Russia and the Russian Union are actually both clans that are even bigger than ours. I think I have 1,300 members. Well, actually, theirs is about the same size. And that's part of the reason why it's so hard to compete with them. It's because they have a large number of members, just like our clan. The Russian Union does not, though, but they do pretty well. In any case, if you want to fight, clan competition, I can pick some different areas that we need to conquer. I don't really want 7 samurai conquering our home province, so I'm going to move in there. And it looks like our clan owns this, and we need to take some of these other territories back from Total War Shogun 2 Russia, so I'll put the clan thing. Make sure you look at this if you get online. Sometimes I have it sitting in a random place, but let me go ahead and take this opportunity to tell some strategy for a clan. If you really want to win this big clan fight, what you need to do is not so much worry just about the lands you have here, but we need people to focus on the lands of the clan that's winning. So like Total War Shogun 2 Russia, that's where the Heir of Carthage fans need to be attacking if you want to make this competitive. You don't have to, though, because we're not a competitive clan, but the best people to attack against would be the 2 people that are above us, because for every province you take from them, it not only gains one for us, but it takes one from them, so it's kind of like double duty. In any case, this is kind of the home province for the Heir of Carthage fans in Kai, though, so I definitely like to make sure that's ours, and these 7 samurai guys are always giving us a good fight for it, and they are actually a pretty darn good clan. So yeah, in any case, let's go ahead into a matchmaking battle. I have not played this game in days, so I hope that I don't suck worse than I normally do. So we will see. But like I said, I haven't played this game in what seems like forever, even though I know it hasn't been forever. But I have a lot of time on the game in general, so depending on who they match me against, I should be able to do pretty well. But I mean, there are some good players out there, and I get matched against them quite frequently. That's why I was saying that Seven Samurai Clan, they're pretty good. I've gotten matched against several other players, and I've won a couple, lost some, but they're pretty good players. And then I've played some good players in Clan Long. I played one really good player in the Russian Union, and lots of other clans. I don't remember all of them, but yeah, I've played some pretty tough players. And a lot of them, they were tough for different reasons. Some of them were really tough because they had some really excellent units. And then some of them were really tough because they had really excellent units and really good micro. And then some of them were just really tough because they had really good micro. This is actually against a 4-star, which I kind of wish the rank was higher. Because I feel bad getting into these games because, I mean, your general is just so much better than your opponent that it's actually kind of ridiculous. I will show this battle, though, just because, it's a live commentary and I don't have any effect on what they pick for me. But, I mean, just be it known that, I do outrank this guy by a lot. Let's see, he is a bowman and a journeyman swordsman. So my general is going to have a lot better leadership characteristics. We have 8,200 for the funds. We better pick quick because we only have 40 seconds. I think I'm going to focus on mounted bowmen. So I've got my veteran archer. Well, actually, I'm going to pick one veteran bow warrior monk and one veteran mounted archer there. And let's see, this unit of Great Guard's a little beat up, but I'll still go ahead and bring them to the fight. My 2 veteran matchlock units are beat up too, so I'm going to have to leave them out. Let's just bring Lone Sword. I kind of hate spamming these guys because they're cheap and probably a little bit overpowered, actually. Crap, I'm running out of time really fast. I want some Katana Cav, another Bow Cav, and how about a Yari Cav? Or no, it's too expensive. I'll take a Monk Cav. Yeah, I'm not real pleased with having to pick my army this fast, but I can see that I don't really have enough spears, but I'll use my Great Guard to help protect Patchy. They're only at 60% strength, but they should still be pretty potent. And I'm going to have to use my Katana Cav to intercept any incoming charges from any enemy Cav because my swords will be unprotected by spears. Generally a good idea to bring some spear units in your army. You don't want to bring too many, but you probably want to have some. So that's definitely a weakness. I'll go ahead and tell you about my army. However, my general gives me such an advantage over this player that I'm not super scared, but if this person is indeed a talented player, my bad army choice could become an issue. But with my general having all the leadership traits that he does, my Lone Sword Ashigaru will be unpleasantly powerful for my enemy. I kind of think that's one of the only beefs I think I have with Shogun 2, is they need to nerf the Lone Sword Ashigaru a little, at least the veteran Lone Sword Ashigaru, because it kind of makes Katana Samurai and Nodachi Samurai pointless, because I can upgrade a cheaper unit of Lone Sword to the point where they have the same charge and almost the same morale and attack as one of the more expensive sword units. And so I don't really like that, because it kind of messes up your ability to use those cooler sword units, because you'll just get eaten alive by Lone Sword spam. And that's kind of what I've done here. And I hate doing it, but I mean, it's effective. And to be honest, when you're playing other 10-star generals, I mean, you kind of almost, you don't have to bring it, but I kind of recommend bringing it, because, I mean, I'm telling you, it's, more expensive katana units will sometimes just get eaten alive by pure numbers of Lone Sword units. So, I mean, it's one of those things that I'm pretty much a fan of anything in this game, but I'm not a fan of that. But I do like the game overall, and if that's the way I have to play the game in order to do well, then I will. So, that's just kind of my thinking on that. It would kind of be fun to hide my Katana Cav in the woods, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put these guys back here as well. There we go. So yeah, like I said, I'm not super thrilled with this army setup. It's a little bit weak from the front. My Bow Warrior Monks will give me some extreme range and some pretty potent striking power. These guys are upgraded a little bit, so you can see their stats here. They've got increased reload speed, and they also have better morale. So they have 12 morale and then 50 reload speed. So these guys are pretty handy, and they have whistling arrows as well. So, fairly handy units there. I got my 2 Bow Cav hidden in the woods here. I'm going to try and sneak them around for a little while, and then try and pop them out either behind or on the flank of the enemy army. Let's see what he's got real quick. He's got Bow Samurai, a couple of Matchlock Ashigaru, more Bow Ashigaru, and then he's got, he's got a lot of bow units, whole lot of bow units. And then he's got Katana Samurai, Yari Samurai, Yari Samurai, Lone Sword, Katana. I cannot see any other cavalry he has. Here in a minute I'll try and do some math and take a guess at whether or not he has any cav. I'm going to go ahead and move up, and then I'm also going to give waypointed ores. I'm holding shift, and then you can click multiple waypoints here, and this will keep my cav moving while I am microing my units in other directions. And you can see those waypoints if you hold down the space bar. So now my bow cav will continue to remain hidden and move forward. Let's go take a look at my... Yeah, look, he does have cav right here. 2 Yari cavalry. I will not want to expose my bow cavalry to those guys because Yari cavalry can outrun bow cav, and they will absolutely decimate them. So I'm going to want to be careful of that situation. And my opponent, like I said, has tons and tons of archers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, when the time comes, I'm going to rush his lines with my Katana Cav to push his missiles back, and I'll probably use 1 unit of Lone Sword as fodder, and then I'll engage the remainder of his units after I've done the rush. It looks like my opponent is wanting to take advantage of this hill. I'm probably not going to force him to come down. I will use my Bow Warrior Monk range advantage to attempt to bring him down a little, but I'm not going to do a whole lot because, like I said, he suffers a pretty large disadvantage at being a 4-star general, so I will go ahead and go on the offensive here. Some of you have asked me a lot of questions about different things on this Total War game here. If you hold spacebar, it'll show you where your troops are going. If you push G when you have a bunch of units selected, it'll group. If you hold Control, you can select multiple units, or you can push Shift here and Shift at the end of where you want. It'll select everything in between. You can hold Control and double click, and it'll select all of that unit type. So like, say for instance I want to select all my Lone Swords, I can hold Control, double click the Lone Swords, it'll select all of them, or I can do the same thing down here on the unit cards. That's just some tips for helping micro. Again, you can hold Shift while right clicking movement orders and it will put up waypoints. If you hold Control and right click and drag, your units will walk instead of run automatically to that position. So that's one more tip for you. So if you ever have units hidden and you want to click and drag them somewhere, hold Control while you do it. They'll stay hidden as they march in the woods. Let's go ahead and move forward just a little bit. Oh crap, there's the Yari Cav. I'm going to run my Bow Cav out of there just as quick as I can get him out. And I'm going to go ahead and run my my Great Guard into that vicinity to try and deter his Yari Cavalry from following. Boy, could you all run any slower? Get moving. A good upgrade for your Bow Cav eventually is definitely to have speed. And I want to watch out. I don't really want to run my Great Guard any further. You can see my Bow Warrior Monks are in range, and they're going to go ahead and take their toll there. He is charging his Yari Cav, which I think is a poor move. And at the same time, he's opening up on me with his bows. So he does have those matchlock units, so I probably want to take... I'm going to pin his Yari Cav up with my Great Guard, and then I'm going to bring my Warrior Monk Cav down to support as well. And I'll use my bows to rip him up. I'm going to put my Lone Swords into loose formation at the moment because he is firing on them. Alright, so now I'm going to turn my Bow Cav around and start unleashing volleys on him, and that'll help turn the cavalry fight to my favor. I should have the advantage in that cavalry fight anyway, but my Bow Cav will really help turn it. I mean, they'll kill some of my own guys, which is unfortunate, but it'll help turn it to my favor. So my Bow Warrior Monks are absolutely shredding up this unit of Bow Samurai. My Bow Warrior Monks are extremely superior to anything he's got on the field, but I mean, they are extremely expensive, so there's a definite downside. And he's taken his toll on my my Lone Sword flank there. Oh, he's got a matchlock unit out front here. Since that matchlock unit is fired, I'm going to go ahead and charge it with my Katana Cav. Hopefully I catch him right on the reload. The reload is pretty slow, but I waited a little bit late to charge. Oh, he's got a second unit. Crap, that was stupid. I shouldn't have charged these guys. Since I've already committed over here and gotten his oh wow, all my cavalry routed out here. His Yari Cav actually won that. That kind of surprises me. Oh well, I should be able to finish off his Yari Cav with my Bow Cav, or at least do quite a deal of damage to them. I am going to go ahead and mess him up with my Katana Cav, and while that's happening, it's time for me to charge my infantry forward. It's probably past time for me to charge my infantry forward. I'm going to target my bow warrior monks on his general. His Yari cav has decided to go after my bow cav. I'll just go ahead and go into a melee fight with them. Probably not the best idea, but it'll keep him busy for the time being. It's time to rally my troops. I'm a little bit messy in this battle. I should be microing my katana cav better because he does have spears, but really it was only meant just as a diversionary item. And I'll tell you what, just to make this more interesting, I'm actually going to dismount Patchy and run him into battle and get him involved in the fight. It looks like my bow cav will actually win that. Because Patchy has a higher attack stat now, I think it'll be fun to take him personally into the fight and let him get some kills and support my troops right up front. My opponent is running his general away from the battle, which is pretty much one of the point of those bow warrior monks. They can drive the general away. Let's take a first-person pew with Patchy. I think this will be fun. So here it is from Patchy Cam charging into the battle. This is probably not good of me to be paying attention to here, but I think it'll be alright. Alright. Can't see much. Look, there's Patchy right there on the right hand of the screen. Alright. So yeah, there was Patchy Cam. I've got him right in the middle of the fight. That's a little bit risky. You don't normally want to charge your general in, but like I said, I've increased his melee attack, and I just thought it would be kind of fun. I can now pull my bow cav back here. I should have been paying closer attention with them. His general is still under attack by my warrior monks, and his troops are now routing. Again, this is part of the absolute power of lone swords. They're extremely powerful. Let's go back to Patchy Cam just for fun. Oh, whoops, my bad. What the? Oh, I guess my guy's on the ground. There's the enemy avatar unit. Interesting. Yeah, that first-person view, you never quite know what you're going to get. So, good game to my opponent. I really hate having to play lower-ranked players, not because I don't like just playing anybody, but just because I honestly think that this game makes it incredibly difficult for lower-ranked players to do well. Because when you're playing against a 10-star general, I mean, there's a significant difference in the capabilities of the general. So there really is less skill involved with winning when it comes to fighting lower ranks. But I mean, you have to start somewhere when you buy the game. And so, you know, if you're a lower ranked player and you lose a lot, don't take it personally. I mean, it's honestly hard to win. I remember whenever I got the game right when it came out, so it was a little bit easier for me to gain rank. But I mean, as I started to play people who were ranked a lot higher, I mean, like when I would be a 6-star even fighting against a 10-star, it was difficult. And so for a 4-star, it's extremely difficult. So, like I said, good game to my opponent. And no, these kind of battles don't like showcase some extreme skill for me. And I think you can tell just, you know, by the way that goes. But hopefully I'm teaching you newer Shogun 2 players, you know, you can kind of see me play and maybe get some ideas from it. There's obviously more skilled players out there, but hey, I love to show you what I know. And I love it when you all give me feedback about the stuff that I don't know, because it in turn makes me a better player. And of course, normally I'm in a lot better practice than I am right now, because I play more during the week. But again, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to rag on my opponents ever, because I enjoy playing against all my opponents. I really like just playing the game for fun. You can see my opponent actually outnumbered me by a lot. Let's take a look at the kills. My Katana Cavalry wreaked havoc. That's why I like those guys. What my opponent did wrong here was he should have charged his spears forward when he saw my Katana Cav coming, and he could have completely nullified that, and then he would have been able to push his bow advantage against me a lot better. The only thing is I could have just started running my cavalry around all over, and it would have eventually probably gotten him distracted, but still, it would have made it a lot better for him to use those Yari Samurai to that effect. So if you see Katana Cavalry charging you, that's why I was saying previous in this battle that I was worried about not having any spears, because when Katana Cav charge comes, you want spears. Wow, look at these Bow Warrior monks got a lot of kills, 118 kills. My Lone Sword, of course, cleaned house. The other Katana Cavalry did pretty good. Bow Cav got 49. That's quite a bit for Bow Cav usually. Wow, Patchy got 45 kills while he was in combat. You can definitely see that Patchy's got a little bit more of a sting to him now when I upgraded that melee. I think he has 26 attack, so that's a pretty potent attack. the Sacred Band did pretty good considering they were fighting really outnumbered, is my Warrior Monk Cav that had some pretty depressing kills here. But Yari Cavalry does outdo Naginata Monk Cav just on a same for same basis. Like when we're talking about no upgraded Warrior Monk Cav versus no upgraded Yari Cav, the Yari Cav will win that fight. Just to help you all know, Warrior Monk Cav is kind of like a middle of the road unit. It's kind of in the middle of the road between Katana Cav and Yari Cav. So you get a little bit of ability at both, but it's not quite as good at either specialty as either the Katana or the Yari. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the battle. Glad to be back. I'm actually going to do another live commentary for you and then make some Iko Iki campaign. So stay tuned because the videos are rolling. Air is back.